It's coming. No, no. Or is it like speak something? No.
Hari Bol. Radha Krishna Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. To Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. To Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol. To Shri Advaita Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. To Shri Advaita Bo, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari 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 Bol. Oh, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol. Hari 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 Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Radha Krishna Hari Bol, Radha Krishna Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari 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 Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari 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 Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol. Nityananda Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nityananda Bo. Shri Advaita Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Shri Advaita Bo, Hari Bol. Shri Radha Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Shri Radha Bo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari 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 Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Haribo 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 Radha Krishna Haribo 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 Gopi Manandi Haribo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Rama
Artik, stand up.
कि बजयो जयो गोरा चंदे आरती कशोभा कि बजयो जयो गोरा चांदे आरती कशोभा जानवी तटवनी जगमनलोभा
Come here.
कि बजयो जयो गोरा चांदे आरती कशोभा जानवी तटवने जगमनलोभा कि बदखीने निताचा बमे गधदारा नातीने निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वासचत्रधारा कि बाबसी আছে গোরা চা রত্ন সিংহাসনে বসি আছে সিংহাসনে आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गाने आदिदेव गाने की बनरा हरि आदि कोरी चमार दुलाया संजय मुकुंद बासु गोसादि गाया कि बसंखा कंठ बाजे बाजे करताला की बशंखा बाजे कंठ बाजे बाजे करताला माधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमारसाला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे गौरंगे आरती शोभा जग जन मान लोभा गौरंगे आरती शोभा जग जन मान लोभा गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल की बाबाहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला की बाबाहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी गाला देसे बानामाला कोरे जलमाला की बासिवा नारदा प्रेमे गदगादा की बासिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गदगादा भाकती विनोद देखे गौरर संपादा गौरर संपादा की बजायो जयो गोरा चांद आरती का शोभा गोरा चांद आरती का शोभा जानवी तटवनी जगा मन लोभा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotara Shata Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotara Shata Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami Maharaj Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की तुलसी देवी की संकीर्तन यज्ञ की सामवेत भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasaya Praladada Aine Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Shalatankana Ito Narsima Parato Narsima Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsima Bahe Narsima Hridaya Narsima Narasima Madim Sharana Brapade Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Shringa Dalata Hiranyakashipu Danuvera Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya 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 Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai Gaur Pramanande
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program here at Sri Sri Kishore Kishori Temple. Thank you all for joining us today. So before we start our program, a few announcements. Is there anybody who has come for the first time? Can they raise their hands? Oh, there are a lot more people today. So, yeah, we have a small gift. Can you keep your hands up? So, this Prabhuji will come and give you a gift. So you're all from one family, right? So maybe one book for one family, right? I don't have it. Okay, so thank you so much all for coming. We have this program every Sunday, and please do come. We have a nice feast, and also we'll have a small lecture on the Bhagavad Gita series, and also we will basically having a prasadam on the third floor. So we go out of this and third floor after the lecture. So please do stay back. We also have evening kirtans from 7 to 8, which will continue till 8 o'clock, and then we will be closing the program. Also, the Sunday school program is on. Any children who are age 12 and under needs to be supervised. So while in the class, if they're getting restless, you can actually go down to the basement. We have our teachers there. They can engage them in the Sunday school. Also, today's speaker, we have His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu. We will welcome him with big, big, loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol! He is a very prolific, wonderful speaker. We already have heard him a couple of times, those who are new. For them, I just would like to say that, you don't want to miss his class. So we will welcome him. And he's going to speak on attaining Srimati Radharani's love through service of the devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So he will be speaking here. Please face him and please keep your mobiles switched off. Thank you so much.
This is on the other side. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So sing one bhajan before we start the class. It's called Jai Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janvalabha Jaya Girivara Dhari Jaya Girivara Dhari Girivara Dhari Jaya Giri Jaya Jashoda Nandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Prabhupada. Shishi Radha Madhav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to the Kishore Kishori Temple Sunday program. It's very nice to be here again on this very nice Sunday evening. So today's theme is, this month's theme is the power of Vaishnav Seva. So I was requested to speak on that topic, and I thought that a nice subtopic within that general theme of this month is attaining Srimati Radharani's mercy by serving the devotees. Because all of us, we come to the temple and we come in front of Radha and Krishna, and after coming in front of them, we want to get their mercy. So we may all feel that that how can we get their mercy? And particularly, we're very interested in getting the mercy of Srimati Radharani. If you go to Vrindavan, many of you may have gone to Vrindavan, some of you have gone to Vrindavan. When you go to Vrindavan, what does everyone say there? Radhe, Radhe, yes. Why don't they say Krishna, Krishna? Because we all want Radharani's mercy. Because it's through the mercy of Srimati Radharani that we get love for Krishna. And what we are after is actually love for Krishna. Krishna is is the goal, the object of worship. But really what we are praying for is love for Krishna. We want love for him. Even Kansa had Krishna's association, Duryodhana did, Shishupal did. But though they had Krishna's association, they did not, they were not appreciating his association. So having Krishna, we all have Krishna. Krishna is here in the temple. Krishna is here as Kishore, Kishori. But what we are looking after is love for Krishna or bhakti. And the embodiment of bhakti is Srimati Radharani. And therefore we want her mercy because she is Bhakti Devi. She is the personification of love for Krishna. So I have some slides on this and we'll talk about this. How to get Srimati Radharani's mercy. And here there's a very close connection between Krishna's devotees and the mercy of Radharani. So please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So the first question that we have is, who is Srimati Radharani? Right? Who is she? Because if we want her mercy, we should first know why she has a special position. So in this world, there's nothing that captures Krishna, right? Krishna, the word Krishna means the all-attractive person. Krishna attracts the whole world. Krishna doesn't need anything. He's God, right? He's the supreme person. So there's only one thing that captures Krishna, and that is love for him. Krishna is hungry for our love. Now, because Srimati Radharani is the embodiment of love for Krishna, she is someone who fully captures Krishna. No one captures Krishna in a way that Srimati Radharani captures him. We have the very amazing Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, we find all the pastimes of Krishna are given there. Most of the pastimes of Krishna that we know, they come from the Bhagavatam, the 10th book. But it's amazing that in the 10th canto, Srimati Radharani's name is not mentioned. And the reason for this is because Shukadev Goswami was the parrot, was the associate, the servant of Srimati Radharani, very close to her. And Srila Prabhupada explains, the Acharyas explain, that if he said the word Radha, if he said Radha's name, he would go in a state of trance. He would go in ecstasy. So, therefore, he did not mention it. Furthermore, there's also one very beautiful pastime I just heard, where being Radharani's parrot, he was always chanting her name. So one time, Srimati Radharani told him that you don't chant my name, you chant Krishna's name. Very much like Lord Chaitanya said, we should chant Hare Krishna. So she said, you chant Krishna's name. Because Krishna is very dear to Srimati Radharani. So she wants to hear Krishna's name all the time. So because he's a disciple in some ways of Srimati Radharani, Shukadev Goswami after that followed that instruction and he only says Krishna's name. However, there's one place in the Bhagavatam where her name is mentioned in a subtle way. You may have heard this in this verse, Canto 10, Chapter 30, Text 28. It's the only place, but it's a very significant place. So this is the verse here. Anayaradhito nunam. Please repeat. Anayaradhito Bhagavan Haririshvara Yanno Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Anayadraha Anyaradhito nunam Bhagavan Haririshvara Yanno vihaya govinda prito yam anayadraha. Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. So who has spoken this verse? Who knows? Shukadeva Goswami is narrating it, and who is he quoting? In the Bhagavatam, who is speaking this verse? Who said that? Yes, the gopis. Yes, the gopis are speaking it. So when Krishna plays his beautiful flute, when he plays his flute, the entire Vrindavan is entranced by that flute, and especially the gopis. And when they hear that flute, they cannot resist but come to Krishna. Because they're such great devotees of the Lord, upon hearing his flute, his Venu, the gopis, they leave all their homes, they leave their families, they leave their relatives, and they go to the forest. Why? To meet Krishna. Now it's very important to remember that the gopis are sages. They're not ordinary beings, they're sages. In the previous life, they're great yogis who wanted to love Krishna in the mood of conjugal love. And therefore they come in the form of gopis. So this is not on the platform of material lust. This is the platform of pure love. And when they leave their homes to go and meet Krishna, then they are transgressing all social norms. They're living in a society where if a girl leaves her family for one night and spends a time with another young man, no one will ever marry her. She won't be accepted back into the family where she came from. This was a fact. They knew this. There's no exception. And so them leaving their homes at the dead of night and going and seeing Krishna means that they're sacrificing all their social status, their relationships, their family members, everything they're giving up for Krishna. So this was not something in terms of mundane lust. Because in mundane lust, we do things that are pleasing to us, that's for our improvement. But in this case, truly, they were sacrificing everything. They had, children. Some of them had children. Some of them had, they were living in nice families, nice homes. But they're giving everything up for Krishna to go and see him. And when they go there and they meet Krishna, then what does Krishna tell them? He tells them, go back home. It's the dead of night. It's not good for young girls like you to be here. And in any ways, the scriptures say that, this is not good for young girls to come out. And so therefore, go back home. Now, when they hear this, the gopis are heartbroken. And they tell Krishna, this is not possible. We have left everything to come and see you. In fact, you are our husband, because you are the soul of our husbands. Again, very learned. They were not acting on sentiment, but deep knowledge. You're telling us to go back to our husbands, but you are actually the true husband, because you are the soul in all. Our soul is part of Krishna. So therefore, in that way, he is the soul of all. And in fact, all of us are your wives. And therefore, we have come here. We're not going back. So Krishna, seeing their devotion, is very pleased. And then he starts the Rasa Dance. The Rasa Dance is the most amazing, you could say, exhibition of the Lord's Leela. Because in this dance, the devotees of the Lord, they're dancing with the Supreme Lord hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder. Right? Imagine God, Krishna, he's the controller of all the universes, right? He's the source of millions and millions of planets. All beautiful creations in this world come from him. All men, women, animals, everything comes from him. And with that person, imagine dancing hand in hand. It's not something ordinary. right? It's something, I mean, this is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the gopis begin to dance with Krishna, and this dance, they are Krishna's energies. So, I mean, they're not ordinary beings as well. This dance is so amazing, so beautiful. And when they begin dancing with Krishna, then the gopis, they feel some pride that, wow, we're dancing with God. We're dancing with Krishna. It's like, it's natural, even for a devotee. They're not proud, but, just to be in Krishna's association is so wonderful. But Krishna notices this pride in them. And what does Krishna, he doesn't like? He doesn't like it when his devotees become proud. So in order to teach them, a lesson in humility, so to say, in order to increase their love for him, Krishna disappears from the Rasa dance. He just vanishes in a moment's time. They're dancing with Krishna. He's their life and soul, but he disappears. And when he disappears, then the gopis go out searching for him. And that's called Venu Gita. It's a section in the Bhagavatam. Now, when they go searching for him, then they're asking all the trees, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? They're trying to find the footprints of Krishna. Because Krishna is so wonderful. All the stones, the ground in Vrindavan, it melts when Krishna walks. So they finally find the footprints of Krishna. And there they see that Krishna is not alone. With Krishna, there's one more person. And they can understand that that person is Srimati Radharani. And therefore this verse is said that they're so amazed that all the gopis, there's millions of gopis, that they are searching for Krishna. Krishna's left them. But Krishna's abandoned all of them just for this one gopi, Srimati Radharani. So she is someone who is Madana Mohana Mohani. Krishna captures even Cupid. He is Madan Mohan. But she fully captures Krishna. No one is as exalted in this world as Srimati Radharani. Now, Srimati Radharani and Krishna, they come down to this world in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Krishna, being so entranced by Radharani's love for him, when he wants to enjoy the same love that Srimati Radharani does for him, he comes down in the form of in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And when he manifests himself in this world, he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here you see this image showing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, who is Radha and Krishna combined. And he's revealing himself here to Ramananda Rai. So one way that we can appreciate the mood and the feelings of Srimati Radharani for Krishna is by understanding the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the example of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is actually our pathway, because her love is so exalted, it's so extraordinary, we cannot directly ascertain it. This is our pathway to achieving that mercy, is by following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions are written in this book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. His life, his biography, so to say, his pastimes are listed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which was written down by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And in this book, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he confirms, after studying all the revealed scriptures, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha and Krishna. There's this beautiful verse, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmana Vapi Bhuvi Pura Deha Bedam Gatau Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separate themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna in one form, in one identity. And by getting the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his associates, we can get Srimati Radharani's mercy. And this fact is particularly, you could say, illustrated in a very amazing pastime, in a very amazing story that's given in this book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this is now, we come to the theme of service to Vaishnavas. The Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, after describing Srimati Radharani's glories, it tells us how we can reach that, how we can get her mercy. So here in this very same chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes, has a few verses describing Srimati Radharani. He says, Srimati Radhika fulfills all the desires of Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of Sarvakanti. Lord Krishna enchants the world, but Sri Radha enchants even him. Therefore, she is the supreme goddess of all. Sri Radha is the full power, and Lord Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are non-different, as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. They are indeed the same, just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or as fire and its heat are non-different. Thus Radha and Krishna are one, yet they have taken two forms to enjoy the mellows of pastimes. So they are two, Radha and Krishna, but they're also one. And when they become one, then they're Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha and Krishna eternally enjoy these pastimes, just like, and they're two, just like the sun and the sunshine. They are two, yet they are inseparable, and they're just different aspects of the Supreme Lord. So many people, they criticize religion for being misogynist, that, God is a man, only male figures are worshipped. But here, in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, in this philosophy, we see that how it's so balanced. Srimati Radharani, she is the energy, Krishna is the energetic. Both are different, yet they are one and the same. In fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says how Srimati Radharani is Krishna's guru. Krishna himself says that the love of Srimati Radharani is my guru. He says, the love of Radhika is my teacher, and I am her dancing pupil. Her prema makes me dance various novel dances. So Krishna himself is saying that Krishna is the guru of the entire world, but his teacher is Radharani. And this image that you see here, this is of a place in Vrindavan known as Mor Kutir. Very special place. I visited this a few times, and it's high up on a hilltop. And the pastime here is that one time Srimati Radharani was admiring the dancing of a peacock. Peacocks, especially when it's about to rain, they dance very beautifully. They dance in various ways. So she was admiring how beautifully this peacock is dancing. And Krishna, he thought, she's appreciating this peacock so much. But my dancing is better. She should like me more, right? So he begins to dance. And Srimati Radharani says, oh Krishna, you are no match for the peacock. The peacock is much better than you in dancing. So Krishna says, what is this? So then he, by his, transcendental power, he immediately takes the form of a peacock. And he begins to dance. Krishna begins to dance as a peacock. So Srimati Radharani begins to admire him and says, oh, it's very nice. But she says, but still, you're not as good as the peacocks. You're not dancing as well as they are. So you should learn from them. So Krishna begins to learn how to dance from the peacocks. And then his dancing becomes very attractive to Srimati Radharani, who then, Srimati Radharani, then she takes the form of a peahen. Because a peacock is actually a male bird, and a peahen is the female. So she takes that form, and then Radha and Krishna, they both begin to dance. And they do their pastimes in the form of a peacock and a peahen. So again, you can see how their pastimes are not material, very transcendental. Who can take the form, of a peacock and begin to dance? And after that, after this pastime, Krishna, since that day, always kept a peacock feather in his turban. This is why you will see Krishna. He's always dressed with a peacock, Kishore, on the altar. Why does he always have that? This is because he accepted the peacock as his guru. Upon Srimati Radharani saying, therefore he has a peacock feather in his turban all the time, because he learned how to dance from the peacock. So whatever Srimati Radharani says, Krishna has to fulfill. And Krishna is always trying to please Srimati Radharani. Right next to this place is another place called Man Garga. It's a place where Mana means angry. Srimati Radharani, she became angry with Krishna. So one time Krishna went to Srimati Radharani and praised her and said, your face is just like the moon. Because her face is so beautiful. He said, your face is just like the moon. And when Srimati Radharani heard this, she became very angry. And she says, how can you say that my face is like the moon? The moon has so many spots. So are you saying my face has spots? And furthermore, you should say that my face is like millions of moons. So she becomes very angry with Krishna, and she doesn't speak with him. So then Krishna becomes very sad, and Srimati Radharani also, after some time, starts to miss Krishna's association. So she comes back to Krishna, but she comes dressed as Krishna, perfectly. In the spiritual world, when they do role play, they do it also perfectly. So when Krishna, sometimes he dresses like a gopi or something, it's perfectly done. So she dresses up just like Krishna, so that one cannot tell the difference. And she comes to Krishna and she says, where is Krishna? And Krishna says, I am Krishna. You are an imposter. And then Srimati Radharani says, no, you are the imposter. I am Krishna. So like this, they go back and forth. They say, no, I am Krishna. So then Srimati Radharani, in the form of Krishna, she asks him, he says, if you are Krishna, then where is your Srimati Radharani? Because Krishna is always with Radha. And Krishna starts to look and says, yeah, where is she? So then he starts to play his flute. And when he plays his flute, then once again, Srimati Radharani cannot resist the sound of Krishna's flute. It's the most beautiful sound. There's nothing like it. Like in this world, we hear so many sounds. We may hear a very beautiful kirtan, but 1,000,000 times more beautiful is the sound of Krishna's flute. And the moment she hears this, she begins to melt in love for Krishna. And she can no longer keep her guise, and she turns back into Srimati Radharani. So then Krishna says, see, you are the Radharani, because by playing the flute, her real form was revealed. And therefore Krishna was able to defeat the Mana, or you could say the pride of Srimati, the spiritual, transcendental pride of Srimati Radharani at that spot. So in this way, Krishna is always trying to please Srimati Radharani. Krishna's guru is Srimati Radharani. So Radha's love for Krishna came to this world through the great devotee Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri came a few generations before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I mentioned how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Radha and Krishna combined. But even Krishna himself wants to glorify the devotee. So 2 generations, this is 2 generations before Lord Chaitanya, his own personal associate, Madhavendra Puri, appeared in this world. And he brought this love for Krishna into this world. And Madhavendra Puri, in the spiritual world, he is a kalpa vriksha tree. He's a desire tree. And that's his eternal form in the spiritual world. And one of the fruits the desire tree gives is love for Krishna. So a very, very great personality. And while on this planet, Madhavendra Puri performed many activities to instruct us how to get this love for Krishna. In this particular pastime that you see, Krishna comes to Madhavendra Puri as a small boy. And he doesn't recognize Krishna as he comes. And Krishna came to give Madhavendra Puri a pot of milk. One time Madhavendra Puri was so absorbed in his chanting, he forgot to eat, he forgot to beg alms. And so he was starving, but he didn't care to get anything. So Krishna came as a small boy and gave him milk. Then Krishna also comes to him in the dream and tells him that he's hidden, he's buried under a hilltop, and that he should go and dig, and there he will find the deity of Gopala. So Madhavendra Puri unearths this deity of Gopala, and he establishes the worship of Gopala in Vrindavan. This is in Vrindavan. So in this way, he actually also started, in some ways, inaugurated the process of deity worship, the worship of Krishna as Gopala in Vrindavan, which was not kind of kept alive at that time. Very empowered devotee. So therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Madhavendra Puri sowed the seed of ecstatic love for Krishna within this material world, and then departed. That seed became a great tree in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Madhavendra Puri, the guru of the entire world, thus distributed ecstatic love for Krishna. So, like it said here, he brought the seed, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it into a great tree. And he did many wonderful pastimes. And then his final pastime, Madhavendra Puri's final activity, was when he departed from this world. He left in a way to instruct all of us how to, the importance of serving the Vaishnavas and how to get this ecstatic love for Krishna. When Madhavendra Puri left, he recited one final verse. And this verse is very famous. This verse is describing Srimati Radharani's feelings for Krishna. Here I'll read it. It says, O my Lord, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O most beloved one, what shall I do now? So this was a verse that was spoken by Srimati Radharani to Krishna. And it said that only 3 people in this world understood the meaning of this verse. Srimati Radharani herself, Lord Chaitanya, and Madhavendra Puri. So when he was reciting this verse at the end of his life, then Madhavendra Puri was lamenting, he was crying in great ecstasy, in separation from Krishna. Where is Krishna? Right? This verse is saying, where is Krishna? Where is my most beloved one? So he recited this verse, and when he was reciting, one of his disciples, Ramachandra Puri, could not understand why his spiritual master, his exalted spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri, why was he crying? So Madhavendra Puri had 2 disciples. One was Ramachandra Puri, right here, and the other is Ishwar Puri. Ramachandra Puri could not understand, and he was in fact very critical of the fact that Madhavendra Puri was lamenting. Because he thought, this is such a great soul, so why should he lament? And Ramachandra Puri started to find fault in Madhavendra Puri. He says to his spiritual master, he says, if you are in full transcendental bliss, he said, you should now remember only Brahman. Why are you crying? Right? So he says, you are, in the Gita, Krishna says, Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate parat. He says that a person who is Brahma bhuta, who is established in transcendence, he neither laments, he neither hankers, he does not cry, he's always established in bliss. So he says, you should not be crying at this time. You should be in bliss. You think of Brahman, He tries to instruct his spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri, who's the greatest Vaishnava living there at the time. When Madhavendra Puri hears this, his mind becomes very disturbed. This, I just chose one verse, and other verses that Ramachandra Puri says, criticizing his spiritual master. So in response, Madhavendra Puri, he becomes very angry, and he rebukes Ramachandra Puri by saying, get out, you sinful rascal. And then he says, oh my Lord Krishna, I could not reach you, nor could I reach your abode, Mathura. I am dying in my unhappiness, and now this rascal has come to give me more pain and instruct me about Brahman. So he rebukes Madhavendra Puri, and Madhavendra Puri could not be with him. Madhavendra Puri could not understand Ramachandra Puri could not understand that Madhavendra Puri's love was not material, but it was spiritual. And in this way, he was disturbing and also criticizing Madhavendra Puri at the time of his leaving. So he became rejected, denounced by Madhavendra Puri. And this was due to the fact that Madhavendra Puri was greatly, you could say, affected. He became contaminated by speculation, by Mayavad philosophy, by impersonalism. And due to this speculative knowledge, he began to criticize not just Madhavendra Puri, but all the devotees in Puri, in Jagannath Puri at that time. He became situated in this criticism. So much so that he even began criticizing the Lord. He criticized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would go to a house of a devotee, and he would feed them. He would have them eat Krishna Prasad and eat a lot of it. And after that, eaten all this food, then he would criticize them for eating so much. He told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are a renunciate and you are eating so much food. This is very sinful, and you are eating too much as a renunciate, and thus acting like a false renunciate. And in fact, he was pointing out how there are so many ants, and these ants were because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating too many sweets. So in this way, not only was he criticizing his spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, but even the Supreme Lord, and all the devotees in Puri, one after the other. Now, after, in contrast to Ramachandra Puri, Madhavendra Puri's other disciples was Ishwar Puri. And Ishwar Puri was the exact opposite, where he approached Madhavendra Puri. Rather than with a critical mood, he approached him with great love and service. And it's described that Ishwar Puri was so submissive to his spiritual teacher, to his spiritual master, that he was even cleaning up the stool and urine of his spiritual master with his own hand. Towards the end of his life, Madhavendra Puri was very elderly. And so as with elderly people, he was caring for him. And he would perform menial service for his spiritual master. Ishwar Puri was always chanting the holy name of Krishna, describing the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And in this way, he was helping Madhavendra Puri. He was, assisting him in his mood of love for Krishna. The effect that Ishwar Puri received was exactly the opposite than of Ramachandra Puri. Madhavendra Puri embraced him and gave him the benediction that he would be a great devotee and lover of Krishna. So Ramachandra Puri very quickly became rejected and he was driven out of Puri. But on the other hand, who did Ishwar Puri become? Who knows? Louder? Huh? Someone said it here? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he became the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya, the Lord himself. So here we see the power of serving a devotee. That on one hand, by offending Madhavendra Puri, Ramachandra Puri is removed from the association of devotees. He is not able to appreciate the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's not able to appreciate the association and the mercy of the Lord, who's most merciful. But Ishwar Puri, same situation, but just a different mood, also a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. By serving and by pleasing the devotee, he becomes the spiritual master of even God, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this way, the teacher of the whole world. And this is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says. He says, thus Ishwar Puri became an ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna, whereas Ramachandra Puri became a dry speculator and a critic of everyone else. Ishwar Puri received the blessings of Madhavendra Puri, whereas Ramachandra Puri received a rebuke from him. Therefore, these two persons, Ishwar Puri and Ramachandra Puri, are examples of the objects of a great person's benediction and punishment. Madhavendra Puri instructed the entire world by presenting these two examples. So, such a great soul, why did he have a disciple like Ramachandra Puri? He did because he wanted to instruct the rest of the world. He instructed the entire world by these two examples. The same path of devotion, the same powerful spiritual master, but one of them became a pure devotee of the Lord simply by their service to their spiritual master, the service to the Vaishnavas, and the other did not, miss that opportunity. And so I just want to end with this, that the mercy of Srimati Radharani is manifest in this world through the mercy and service of the Vaishnavas. Thus, menial service to the Vaishnavas, like that performed by Ishwar Puri, opens the door to Radharani's mercy. This is the secret to approaching Srimati Radharani. So, we all want to get there, and it's very high, it's very exalted. But the process or the method is actually very simple. And it starts with great humility and submission. The process is serving the Vaishnavas. By humble service, we get the highest thing in this world, the greatest thing in this world. And if we try to become great in this world, then we miss the highest thing. We don't advance in spiritual life. So Prabhupada says this actually in many different occasions, in many different classes, in many different passages, that the secret to getting this love for Krishna, this highest form of love, is actually very simple, and it starts with very humble beginnings. It's menial service to the Vaishnavas. And the last slide here is that our relationship with the devotees is a reflection of our relationship with Srimati Radharani. So, on Radhashtami Day, I was hearing a class from His Holiness Janardhan Maharaj. And this is actually where I got the idea for this theme. And someone asked him, he said, how do you get Krishna's mercy? How do you know if Krishna is happy with you? How do you know if Srimati Radharani is happy with you? And he actually responded with great feeling, with a lot of emphasis. He said, your relationship with the devotees is how you know that Krishna is pleased with you. And your relationship with the devotees is reflective of your relationship with Krishna. And all the passages, all the pastimes that we see, both in Krishna's pastimes and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, they're all illustrating this basic message, this very fundamental message, that service to the devotees, relationships with the devotees is directly, in direct proportion with our relationship with God, with Radha and Krishna. So if we want to become very close with God, we have to become close with His devotees. We have to develop a loving mood, and it should be the focus of our spiritual life. What is my relationship? Just like they say, relationships require a lot of effort. For a family to stay together, for a marriage to stay together, one has to work hard on that relationship. One has to spend time with those people. One has to spend time to make that relationship work. The same is with our relationship with Krishna, with God. That we have to spend time developing our relationship with the devotees by serving the devotees, especially the exalted devotees like Madhavendra Puri, especially the spiritual master. Because just if we get their blessing, then we can get Krishna's mercy. And this is the power of blessings. Right? The power of blessings is that by the power of blessings we can attain which normally we cannot attain. And the opposite is true. The same is true proportionately of offense. That we work so hard in spiritual life, but if we lose the blessings of a devotee, then we have the mad elephant offense, right? Everything is destroyed. This is why you see this here, this image, the great elephant offense. We work so hard in spiritual life for years and years, chanting, serving, but we ruin that by offending a devotee. On the other hand, if we take shelter of the devotees, then by their blessing, we get Krishna. And this is the union and separation. Two opposite things. By this service, we are united with Krishna. We get connected. And by the opposite, by the offense, we get separated. So I'll stop here. It's 6:28. So thank you very much.
So questions? Anybody has any questions?
If there's any comments, corrections, questions, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your class. Your last comment, you said by service we become connected to Krishna, and by offense we become separated from Krishna. You also said at the beginning that separation from Krishna is like the highest.
Yes.
So how is separation a blessing and a punishment? Or maybe you could elaborate on that.
So very nice. It's a very perceptive point that you mentioned. Thank you for that comment. Because separation in love, which is called vipralamba, that is, separation in love for Krishna is actually the highest form of union. It's the closest way of being connected with Krishna. So when we are separated, but we are loving Krishna, when we're separated with anyone in this world, then in that separation, we are always thinking of that person. We're always connected with that person. We find, and because Krishna is spiritual, He's transcendental, then when we think of Him, He's actually present. So in that separation, we become very close with Krishna. But this separation is different. The separation of Ramachandra Puri due to offense, that is when we forget Krishna. We're no longer united with Krishna. We're you could say, connected with His Maya, His material energy, rather than His spiritual energy. So we want to be in love of separation, not in separation from Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri was in perfect union with Krishna when he was feeling separation from Krishna. That separation is spiritual. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much.
Thank
Sorry for some time I was not there, but just the last part. So when we are trying to take care of some service, and in just serving Krishna only, we need to interact with the devotees, and sometimes to get the service done properly, we might end up being strict or firm. Not strict, but firm. Firm is more
Yes.
positive way. But if it can be taken as a offense, it can be taken as an offense by the devotees. So would you like to say something about it? Because we are trying to serve Krishna only, but sometimes just our firmness to follow some rules, it might become offensive to others. So,
Yes. Well, the offense is really in the consciousness, right? So the offense is really, are we acting out of envy, greed, lust, anger, or are we acting out of love? So sometimes we can correct someone out of love for their benefit, for the benefit of everyone, and that is not an offense. That may be good. Now, of course, we also need to see who that person is and who we are. Like, is this person more spiritually enlightened than I am? Do I have the right to even correct them out of love? But if, in the sense that you're saying, in the general sense, where you're trying to do some service, and in your service to Krishna, you have to tell someone something. If it's done out of love, in a nice way, then there's no offense. That is actually a service, maybe even, because we are trying to help in a certain situation. But in the case of Madhavi in the Puri, he was looking for faults. Right? He was going to in the case of Ramachandra Puri, he was going to the homes of devotees and trying to find faults in the way that they were living. He was trying to find fault in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when we are searching for mistakes, we are searching for, faults in others, then that's an offense.
yeah. Yes, Prabhu, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Gopal Hari Prabhu, for this wonderful presentation. So a big round of applause for him. Thank you so much. So we'll have our next program, which is Prasadam on the third floor. Before you leave, I just wanted to announce today's Sunday feast has been sponsored by Renuka Sharma for her birthday. So we would chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra one time, very loudly for her. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If the sponsors are here, please see me after this talk. After this, I have some gift for you. Thank you so much. So you can make your way out from here to the third floor for the prasadam. Please do come back again at 7 o'clock. We do have a kirtan program from 7 to 8. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu is going to do a kirtan at 7 o'clock. So please do come.
पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वृंदा स्वामी इति नामिने। Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Sargora Hari Bol. Okay. Hare. Who's playing the cymbal? Okay, ready? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshata Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can someone please play kartals? Kartals. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare, everyone together, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada.
Go Brahmanandi, Hare Hare, go.
Who is at 7:30? Yeah.
Are you going to sing?
I think so. Will you play? Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे
राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे बो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
गौरंगा
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore 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 Jaya Kishore Kishore
Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori
Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore 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 Jaya Kishore Kishore
Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori
Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya Kishore 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 Jaya Kishore Kishore
Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा
जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा
जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा
जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे
जय
हरे
गौरानिता जय गौरानिता गौरानिता जय गौरानिता
गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय
जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता गौरानिता जय गौरानिता
गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय
जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता गौरानिता जय गौरानिता
गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय
जय प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद
प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद
प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरि बोल 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 हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, जय जय श्री गौनिताय भगवान की, जय श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी की, जय श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान महाराज की, जुग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, कलिजुग पावन श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, श्रीला गुरुदेव की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरे हरि बोल, हरे हरे बोल। जय
संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय।
जय मालदेव।